While celebrating music in film is common practice in the international scene, apparently it isn't from one of the most prestigious awards here. We're talking about the AMVCAs. We've celebrated all the amazing nominees, the best editing, the best film, the best actor, the best supporting actor. You know, the front and the back scenes have all been celebrated. They've gotten their moment, but what about the people who made the music for all of these movies? I remember watching The Tribe of Judah and telling myself, "Hey, ya Judah," every single time because it was just fantastic. Or Jagun Jagun, or Breath of Life. Now, the music in a film has proven to be a major part of the story. This music will come as an award in the form of Best Score or Best Original Song, depending on how it is translated. Now, my guest on the show today, Kaline, is a film composer who worked on the soundtrack for Bibi Cheshire's film, Breath of Life. She speaks on the importance of these categories dedicated to the music in films, and she joins me now from our Lagos studio. Hello, Kaline. It's great to have you on the show. You look amazing. Thank you for bringing up this.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for bringing up this conversation because it's so overdue. Make it make sense to me. I don't even know why I didn't think about it. What's going on here? Like, what's really happening here?
So it just shocks me that, you get a whole nominees list and there's literally nothing about music. All that I saw was sound design, best sound design. And you said it so perfectly. Best original song wasn't there, best score wasn't there, even best music supervision or best soundtrack wasn't there. And these are categories that, they all play their various roles in putting a film together to make it, perfect for the audience. So I think I don't know what could have happened, but it's just something that we need to discuss, and I'm so happy that you guys called me in to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, and I can only just help but ask why, because this is a very important category. For instance, the Academy Awards, what they do is the Best Original Song nominees all perform at the event. So every single person who's nominated gets to perform. So they've shown us how much of a big deal the song is. The song is part of the promotional runs. It's a huge part of it. But with Breath of Life, which you basically worked incredibly hard on, I enjoyed the music. The music really helped with the tears a lot of times. So I'm trying to understand, what do you think the decision behind not making this a category is? Do we not have enough people scoring songs in Nigerian movies?
I mean, that could be the case. Since we saw the nominees list, a lot of my colleagues and I have just been talking about what needs to happen to create this awareness. And it could be the case that there maybe aren't enough best original scores in Nollywood happening right now, and that could be for so many reasons, like concerning budget, or people just haven't been hired for these roles. And with music, the tendency to believe that you can just get music from the internet and put it into your film, like, it's becoming more apparent, because there is music out there that doesn't have to be original, that you can put in. But then you come across amazing directors like Bibi Cheshire who say, I want an original score. I want you to actually compose original music for my film. And that's where the original score component comes in. So a lot of my colleagues, who we've been doing this for so long, and we believe that, yes, there might be a budget and a time constraint when you gather, a film composer to work in the post-production end. But maybe I would hope that people understand that it does serve its purpose, and there's a beauty in that, in having an original score made customized for your film.
I agree with you more, Kaline, which now takes me to your background, because where there's a need, we also need to consider other factors as to why this need might not be serviced, which might also be the skill. So walk me through what it takes to be a music composer like yourself. And do you think this is a field that we are blessed with a variety of options in, or there's a very limited people who can actually do it?
I mean, I would speak for myself and say I had to go through 4 grueling years at Berklee College of Music to study this art form. It was compositional classes for horn arranging and string orchestration and even writing out the parts and conduct. I remember my conducting class very well. That was a weekly class that I had to do. And, you know, these are all skills that are put together to compile for a film scoring degree. Now, that's not to say that somebody who has production skills or who has some level of production expertise can't put some sort of score together. So I'm not going to say that it's unique just to me and how my background has been, but it definitely is something that is taught and needs to be learned, and to get an original score to be as dramatic and as emotive as possible for a film, there needs to be a certain level of expertise involved. I would think so.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of expertise, let's get to the cookie, which is Breath of Life. What was it like, you know, working on the score for the film? It was quite an emotional one, very high moments. I saw the video, you put it on Instagram, the scene you had to score for, and I was just looking at your hands like you were some magician. I'm like, what in the world is she doing? So what was that experience like for you?
Incredible experience. I talk about it all the time. It was a godsend to have a director like Bibi Shashore, who was very, he was a micromanager, and I don't mean that in a negative sense at all. He was very hands-on with the compositional elements of what he wanted. He was very particular and able to articulate what he wanted with his score. So that's a composer's dream, because you don't, as a composer, it's not just for you to like bring on your expertise and just say what you think should happen. It also does need to include the ideas of the director or the producer or anyone who wants to be involved. And it was so nice to just have a group of people that I worked with that could really articulate what they wanted. And the process from starting the score till finishing it did take a while, because we sort of went back and forth with the various cuts before we got to the final cut. You know, that's all post-production stuff. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm so happy that it turned out the way that it did, even working with the editors and the sound designers and making sure that all the levels were perfect and everything. It was just a dream project to work on, to be honest.
Oh, well, congratulations to you, Kaline. I think it's safe to say that. Meanwhile, before I let you go, congratulations are in order. Are we getting another song on motherhood? I mean, I think we deserve one.
Maybe. Might get a whole EP. We'll see.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining me on Arise 360. It's always a joy to see the beautiful you and the crowd.
Thank you.